How to repair your hydraulic transmission jack VL. It is always a good idea to start by making sure the release handle is adjusted correctly. Be sure to tighten the release spindle. Then align the screw hole in the release handle with the corresponding hole in the release spindle. Keep the release handle in this position and insert the spring in both handle and cylinder nut. Then turn the handle with spring engaged half a turn counterclockwise and insert the screw. All special tools used in this video are available on demand. Start by removing saddle and legs. Remove the two top bolts and then loosen the two at the bottom. Lift the hydraulic unit and fix it in a vise or likewise. Remove the release handle. Loosen the cylinder nut and remove it. In this case, the cylinder tube got separated from the pump, but that makes no difference. Then carefully remove nut and cylinder. Handle all parts carefully and keep them clean. Remove the piston rod. Next, remove the reservoir tube from the pump. Finally, separate the cylinder nut from the tube. If you need to repair the cylinders, start by fixing the cylinder nut in the vise with alu claws, and remove the scraper ring and the seals as well as the two O-rings on the bottom. Remove the O-rings in the pump block. Clean the parts with the detergent and make sure all parts are completely clean and without scratches or rust. Refit a new scraper ring. Make sure that the ring is positioned correctly and without damage. Refit new seals. Note that the yellow backup ring is bowl-shaped to fit the O-ring. Make sure to position it correctly. Refit new O-rings in the bottom of the cylinder nut. Use plenty of grease when refitting new O-rings on the pump. Apply plenty of grease to all refitted seals. When you are ready to reassemble the transmission jack, start by refitting the cylinder tube on the pump block. Make sure to tighten it well. Then, carefully refit the reservoir tube. Make sure the piston rod is clean and without scratches or rust before refitting. Refit the cylinder nut and tighten it well. Turn the cylinder nut as much as you can, and then if needs be, back until the release valve is positioned correctly, 90 degrees to the right. Refit the release handle, giving the return spring a pretension of half a turn. Start by closing the release spindle firmly, and then turn the handle with spring half a turn to the left before mounting the screw through the spindle. When done correctly, the valve will close automatically. Last step is to mount the legs. Place the legs on a level surface and stabilise it, for example with a piece of wood board. Make the pump rest on the two through-going bolts and tighten the legs loosely by means of the two bolts. Remove the board and tighten all 4 bolts. Remove the oil plug and refill the jack with oil. Correct oil level is just below the filler plug, with the jack in its lowest position. Refit the oil plug. Raise the piston rod a bit, then open the release and push the cylinder back down in order to bleed the system. If needed, bleed the system further by pumping with the release open. Refill with oil. Finally, refit the saddle and test that everything is working correctly.